Peace, everybody. It's your boy, Sweet Science Boxing Academy. We back with another video. All right, give me one moment. Let me make sure everything copacetic. Make sure my volume is up. Hold up. Give me 1 second. See if I can add this to the screen. All right, I can do it, but we're gonna talk about this because I was watching a video earlier on Mill City Boxing with Bernie the Boxer, and they were talking about Gervonta Tank Davis, and he had a lot to say about Tank. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let a little clip of that play out for a second, and then we're gonna talk about it because I found it interesting, and it's kind of something that I've been kind of saying for a while now, but you know, let everybody else tell it. I be hating, so let me let y'all hear what Bernie had to say, and then we'll come back and we'll dissect it.
And forth from Crawford and Davis.
Just bullshit. This guy hate Bud because Mayweather love Bud. That's why Mayweather give him all the credit, so much credit. Tank just jealous. That's a sad thing. Instead of trying to unite with him, why we ain't uniting? Why we ain't getting together? And for what? Why we ain't getting together? Can't say that. Oh. Nobody got no problem with Tank. Everybody love Tank. Got tremendous talent. That's it. Who give a fuck about Tank? This nigga don't want started way back from long time. Some people just hate you, bro. Some people just hate you. And you say, like I say, somebody, motherfucker got more than you, whatever that is, and still jealous of you. How's that? Because it says something on you. Bud is that type of guy. He don't put on no airs. He not no clown, bro. He not dancing in no little shorts. He not doing no weak ass shit. He not, man, you're not putting no ponytails. Not, man, come on, man. I'm just saying, he's a real man. He's a champion of champions, a people's champion. The way he carry himself, you understand? He not trying to keep up with no Joneses. He not, you know what I'm saying? Outside of, like, anybody, he not really worried about what nobody say, what nobody think. You feel me? So, It's like, when you see a guy like that that's so secure in himself, it puts people off. You know what I mean? And then again, at the same time, this guy don't turn down no fades. He just got piece the stew out of guys, and so and accomplish everything. The people they put in front of him, they champions, and he, man, like I said, we already, the resume. Come on, man, the resume. So it just, just something wrong with that guy, man. I don't know I couldn't tell you what it is, but he can fight. I know he act gay and shit, but he can fight. I'm not.
He called him gay.
Everybody knows his talent is top tier.
Shit! I'm my bad. I forgot you can't say that on a platform.
He should do something better and worry about fight Shakur and shit, man. Giving the people what they want. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so I'm gonna pause it right there. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out why the camera not working. Okay. All right. I thought I was tripping. I'm wondering why the camera wasn't working. But so y'all heard that. Y'all heard that's what Bernie Boxer had to say. He said that Tank be hating. He hating on basically Terence Crawford relationship with Floyd Mayweather. Y'all seen recently Terence Crawford, he just was they just posted pictures with Floyd Mayweather and Shakur, and you got Andre Ward and all this stuff. So, Bernie think that Tank hating on Terence Crawford. Now, what I want to say is on the subject, I don't necessarily know if it's hating on him, more so like threatened by him. Cause kind of like what Bernie said, he said that Terrence, he a real one. Like he not one of them dudes who fake the funk. He stay to himself. He carry himself like a man on his shoulders. Like he not with the silly type stuff. He's like a man's man. And like when you a person like that, that intimidates a lot of people. That because a lot of people, they wish they can be that way, and a lot of times they not. So when they see someone like that, they be in awe, but at the same time they be mad too because they wish that they can be that way. It's so funny because I talk about a lot of this stuff like on my other YouTube channel, but it's some real stuff. But when it comes to this boxing stuff with Tank and Terence Crawford and all I just find it silly because they never gonna fight. Like let's face it, Tank fight at 135. He talking about not even coming back up to 140. Like 140 is tough for him. So trying to meet Terence Crawford somewhere in the middle between 47 and 54, that's highly unlikely. But Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, that's something different. And I think Tank using this whole thing of talking about retiring, I maybe it is leverage. I've seen a video where they was talking about Tank using his retiring as a leverage to get more money to fight Shakur Stevenson because he know that that's the big fight that everybody want to see. Well, if that's the case, then that's probably fair play to him because I believe that he will get the money that he want to fight Shakur. Now he talking about some $200 million or something to fight Ryan Garcia. I don't think he's gonna get that. I don't even think he'll get that to fight Shakur. But maybe getting like 50 million, 75 million, somewhere around there to fight Shakur, or maybe it could be a $100 million fight if it's for undisputed. But that means that one of y'all gonna have to fight Keyshawn Davis, and Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis already said they're not fighting each other. And if Tank fight Keyshawn Davis, that's not really set in stone that he gonna beat him either. So I'm saying like this is good as far as the lightweights. Now you're going back to Crawford, like I just think that the back and forth between Terence Crawford and Gervonta Davis is just redundant, like overall, because at the end of the day, like I said, they never gonna fight each other. Both of them at two different weight classes. When Crawford was still at 47, it probably could have been possible because Crawford did say that he will wait at 47, and it all depends on if Tank would have moved up because Crawford, he said it wouldn't have been a catch weight. Like it would have been 47. And I think even right now, he said he will make 47 just to fight Tank. So if Tank really got something on his chest with Terence Crawford, then he should take it out in the ring and meet him at 47. That would be a big fight. But being as though that Crawford, about to fight Canelo at 168, like I said, it's highly unlikely because I don't see Crawford moving up to 168 and then trying to come back down to 147 to fight at Gervonta Tank Davis. Like it wouldn't be smart for Terence Crawford anyway, especially being a 38-year-old man, uh, trying to lose that much weight. They'll be on some Roy Jones type stuff, so I wouldn't want to see that. But Shakur Stevenson, though, yeah, that's the fight we want to see. Keyshawn Davis, that's another fight we want to see. But Shakur Stevenson, he was there first. Shakur Stevenson got the name. He's a multi-division, divisional world champion, and everybody been wanting to see Shakur and Tank fight for years. They already got history. They already got beef. Uh, Keyshawn, it really ain't got no beef with Keyshawn. Keyshawn trying to make it that way so he can get like a big fight. So that's why Keyshawn, kind of like barking up the tree, making the noise and all that, which is smart. If I was Keyshawn, I would do the same thing. But there's no real like animosity between Keyshawn and Tank Davis, but between Shakur and Tank Davis, it is. So like the fight will be real, the beef will be real, the build up, the anticipation, all that stuff. So I just think that, like I said, if Tank really got some type of animosity towards Shakur Stevenson, take it out in the ring. If he got it between Terence Crawford, take it out in the ring. But the Crawford thing ain't gonna happen. Shakur Stevenson, it could happen. Um, but right now, Tank talking about retiring, and if he don't get that money, then I think he probably would retire. Because I don't think he really in it for well, they already said it years ago. Calvin Ford and all of them, that we not in it for the belts, we in it for the money. So he just trying to get the money and just get out of there. So I'm like, it's kind of messed up in a way. I mean, don't get me wrong, make your money, bro. I mean, like if this is the way he's trying to feed his family and all that stuff, then I ain't got no hate towards what Tank towards that. I mean, you making millions of dollars in doing that. So is if boxing is a way to feed your family, to stop all the nonsense and disappear, then cool. But damn, bro, like we want to see some good behind fights, and he good enough to be in these good fights. Because although I think Shakur will beat him, I always tell y'all it's not set in stone. Like boxing is not set. Like I'm a realist. I like certain people, but I be real about stuff. It's not set in stone that like Shakur will beat Tank. Tank probably knock Shakur the hell out, but Shakur probably beat Tank on points. You know what I mean? So it's a back and forth. It's a give and take. They both great fighters. That's why people want to see the fight because we don't know who's going to win the fight. Like we don't know. Like that was one of the fights where because no disrespect to Lamont Roach, but we know that. And like I said, it's not set in stone. But just given the track record, it's more than likely Lamont Roach going to lose this fight with Tank. But with Shakur Stevenson, you just don't know. Like Shakur don't have especially because in the pros, Shakur don't have no track record of losing, just like Tank don't. Lamont Roach, he lost to Jamel Herring, who that probably was one of Shakur Stevenson, probably one of his most exciting and dominating fights when he stopped Jamel Herring, like beat him up in front of his girl and all that stuff. I was cracking up, but yeah. So I just think that now I hope Roach surprised me in coming with something different and coming on because Roach is a good fighter. But I don't know if he's gonna be able to handle the pressure. Like I was just watching recently the amateur fight between them two. Um, even back then, like it was a good fight, but Tank started putting the pressure on, and it was like Lamont Roach couldn't really handle it. And the same thing seemed like it's going to happen in the pros, but this time they're going to be wearing 8-ounce gloves with no headgear. So I think it's going to end bad for Lamont, but I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see how that play out between them two, because if Lamont end up throwing a monkey wrench in the whole game plan, then that opens the door to a whole new play in the lightweight division, because now Lamont Roach will be champion at 130 because he still got his belt at 130. He will have Tank belt now. So because and he the WBA champion at 130, right? So he would be the WBA champion at 35. So now, like him and Keyshawn and them, but then again, if you know if Lamont Roach win, then it's going to be it's a rematch clause. I talked about this. It's a rematch clause. So Tank gonna get his get back. But if he lose again, yo, that would be crazy, wouldn't it? Doing it. Hold on, that would be crazy. I didn't even think about that. No, seriously, listen. I'm sitting here talking though. I ain't think about that though, because it is a rematch clause, right? It's a rematch clause. So what if Lamont Roach beat him, right? And then they rematch, and he beat him again. And ain't no more rematch clause after that, right? Lamont Roach, he's free to do whatever he please, correct? yo, 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 no. Yo, he would throw a whole monkey wrench in the whole thing, bro. That would be crazy. Mm, mm. I don't think it's gonna happen, but if it did, though, yo, man, I can see some stuff happening in the lightweight division and stuff. And then you got people like Abdullah Mason and them working their way up too. Like, because Abdullah, he gonna be there within by next year, 2026. Abdullah Mason gonna be in talks for like titles and all that stuff, eliminators and all that. Um, I think he gonna be a problem. I would like to see Abdullah and Keyshawn fight. Keyshawn said that he was open to a fight with Abdullah Mason. That would be a good one too. But right now, I got Keyshawn beating Abdullah just because of the experience. But Keyshawn got them Andy Cruz problems too, so he gonna have to watch out too. Because I was just watching the Andy Cruz versus Omar Salcedo fight, and although he didn't get the knockout, but he just dominated dude. And because he fighting here in Philly, he getting the whole Philly style. He sparring all my mans and all of them. Like he getting real good. Um, I seen him sparring Wu, my man Wu, and they was getting it. They was going back and but they was working with each other. But they was getting it in. And I would like to see Andy Cruz and Keyshawn get it in one of these days. Now, right now, I got Keyshawn beating Andy Cruz, and for the same thing I said with Abdullah Mason, just because the experience and the pros, it ain't got really nothing to do with the skill level. It's just the pro level experience. But a few more fights, I don't know because I think Salcedo was 20-1, right? Wasn't he? So he fighting, he getting the rounds in, and he fighting high level opponents at an early stage. So like all these guys, ever since the Lomachenko Usyk era, when they came into the pros, now everyone is trying to do the same thing. Whereas though they trying to they they career like going fast, and they they fighting, getting like world title fights, like in 10 fights and 12 fights, stuff like that. Because it wasn't really like that back in the day. Like it was certain cases like prime example when what's the name what's the name for it, Muhammad Ali, uh Leon Spinks. I think he was only 6-0 when he got the chance to fight Muhammad Ali, and he was it Leon or Michael Spinks? It was one of the Spinks brothers, but he was 6-0, and he ended up beating Muhammad Ali. But Like you really don't see stuff like that in boxing until like when Lomachenko and Usyk and all them start coming to the pros. Then after that, all the other like pros from the amateurs, the like the Olympics or even just the nationals, like once they had like certain levels of amateur pedigree, you start going into the pro instead of going because I used to like fight 4 round fights when I started when I went first went pro, but a lot of these guys they starting off like 8 rounds, 10 rounds, all that stuff because they already had the amateur pedigree. Whereas though I only had about 15 amateur fights and then I went pro, so it was a little different for me. But as far as with Tank and everything, yeah, he might be a little jealous of Shakur Stevenson is as far as like the name and who he be with and how everybody talk about him, like how he the second coming and all that stuff when Tank already there. Because if you was in his spot, you probably be the same way. As far as Terence Crawford, I just think that he just I won't necessarily say jealous of Terence Crawford. It probably is a little bit jealousy, but I just think it's just more so he just threatened by him. And when I say threatened by him, like I was saying earlier in the video, I don't mean threatened by him, but like scared of him. Like that's not what I mean. Like just on the sense of just threatened by like the type of man that he is. Terence Crawford just a like old school type vibes, no nonsense type dude. He carries himself like a man on his shoulders. He not with the BS. Um, he just like do everything right, and he not a fight, and everybody like him. And when you carry yourself like that, people who's not like that usually, you know, are a little intimidated by that. They jealous of that. They're a little envious of it because they see a lot of the stuff inside you that they wish they had in themselves, and they don't. So they feel a little bit of type of way. And that's all I think. That's what it is with Tank and Terence Crawford. Because in a sense they both the same. They both good fighters. They both knockout artists and all that. So Tank look at a lot of that. He see a lot of himself in Crawford. He just don't see the great parts that he want. But you know, that's all it really is. That's all I think. But I mean, like I said, if it's really that deep, get inside the ring and scrap it out. Find some type of way to to uh meet in the middle. Because although if Crawford move up to 168 and fight Canelo, I think it's a bad idea to try to come back down and try to do a catch weight with Tank. But I'm pretty sure for the right amount of money, he'll do it. And because it's Tank Davis and Terence Crawford's eye, like you got to bear with me, because y'all might look at it and everybody else might look at Tank like he like this grandoso heavy hitter, person who can kick it, kick behind. But Crawford don't look at Tank like that. So he would probably look at it like, yeah, I'll come back down and fight him. Like it's only Tank. Like that's how he would look at it. So if the money right, he'll do it. He'll do it. But Tank better not lose to Lamont Roach though. Yo, I'm still tripping off that. I'm still laughing because uh um it's kind of like with Anthony Joshua. Y'all know how Eddie Hearn always set it up for Anthony Joshua. When he lose, he gotta do the you gotta do the rematch or whatever. Because remember, I think you gotta do the rematch twice. Yeah, because remember, it wasn't like that before. Before Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn. Remember Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn, they was trying to do this stuff like you got to rematch him twice in order to to beat a man and all this old extra stuff. And just so happened he ended up winning his belts back when he beat Andy Ruiz the second time around. But then he lost twice to Usyk, so it was no good. And then by the time he fought Danny Dubois and just got knocked out, um, his name was already kind of like, although he was building up his career back because he was getting these good wins, but you could tell he was still on the tail end of his career. So, but yeah, they was doing that shady stuff back in the day. Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua, I remember that. So that's the reason why I'm laughing. I'm bringing this up with Tank because um, they don't do that stuff. Ain't none of that stuff with them. Which I hope they don't see this video because they probably do try to do it, but uh, they don't do that. So if Lamont Roach happened to beat Tank the first time, and just so happened to beat him the second time in the rematch, then he can sell off and just do whatever he want to do, and Tank just gotta start off from the bottom. Damn, that'd be messed up, yo. Damn. Yo, I'm gonna end it off right here, yo. Oh man, because I'm still tripping off of that. But he ain't gonna lose. He not gonna lose. But I'm just having a good time just thinking about it, just to, because that's what Lamont Roach gonna do. Because he ain't gonna fight him again. He'd be a fool if he just so happened to beat Tank twice. He'd be a fool to fight him a third time. But then again, I don't know, because then again, depending on how the manner of how he beat him, cause all right, if I force somebody right and I beat him twice, but I barely beat him, they ain't getting that third rematch. They not getting that. No, me and my team, we gonna go somewhere else. But if I beat him comfortably and probably maybe even stop him or something, or drop him a few times, I ain't got to stop him, but show dominance. Then I might fight him the third time. Like, all right, but you still risking, losing again, and they may not give you that rematch. So, uh, unless you put a mandatory rematch in the clause, which they would try to not do, and then you had to go through court and all this stuff like fighters do, and it be taking time out of the ring and money out of your pocket and all this stuff, and then you got to pay lawyers and all that, and then um because they're initially the A side and they team got more money, they would try to stall you out of court and all that stuff because they know that you're going to be having to use most of your money from your purse on court fees and all that stuff where they just got all this money to just be chilling. So, like, yeah, it'd be a lost cause. But it is interesting though. It's an interesting concept to think about though. If he did lose to Roach twice, but he won't do it. I don't think he would. But I just think that Lamont Roach ain't nobody to sleep on. I do think that Lamont going to give Tank probably his toughest fight to date. Uh, but shoot, I thought Ryan Garcia was going to give him his toughest fight, and that shit was easy. So it is what it is. But that's all I got for now, guys. Let me know what y'all think. Drop y'all comments down below. Make sure I hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.